Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Sonic Love! So in today's video, we're going to be testing and unboxing the new handheld from EVERCADE, which is the EVERCADE EXP. Now, I really enjoyed the original. I thought it was really nice. It was very nostalgic with having the retro game cartridges, which is really nice. Not only that, but you get a very old school booklet as well inside, which is really nice. It's always good to go through and see what the settings are. Nice graphics on the side as well. It was really nice to experience. The only thing was, it was very poorly done in my opinion, the original one. I love backing companies, especially official companies. I know I do a lot of emulation, but that still doesn't mean that the ones that are trying to go legitimato, that I don't want to support, because I actually do. I have over 1,000 games on the Switch, and I have currently 350 on Steam. So it's not as if I don't pump my money into legitimate organisations. So without further ado, let's get right into the video, and I'd love to know what you think of the new EVERCADE. Let's go. So it's got nice packaging. I think it looks really nice. I think they've done a nice job. It does come in a sleeve factor like the original. It has a very angled EXP, just hinting that it has Capcom games built within inside. I think there is a total of 18 games, and 4 games are consoles, I do believe. Yep. It does come with a EVERCADE cartridge as well, so it has 6 games on there, which is really cool. We'll take a little look at that. Also, these are other cartridges that you can also claim and play on the go. Now, there's a few things that have changed dramatically. Now, this one is HDMI out. It also has scan lines, save states. It has a Tate mode as well, where you can play your vertical shooters or any orientation of that nature with a game, which is pretty cool. I like the idea of that. So on opening the box itself, we pull away the sleeve, and then we're greeted with a nice, showing you a little cartridge slot in, and obviously retro gaming leveled up. Now, as I say, the things that I didn't like about the screen was it was too dim, and obviously it was terrible viewing angles, but again, it was nice to have the retro style theme. On opening the box, we have the EVERCADE EXP. It looks really nice. It's a lot longer than what I expected. It's probably the same size, but I haven't played the old one for so long that obviously I can't remember. But yeah, it's pure white. I do think it's a shame that they did the exclusive version as black. They should have just done black or white choices. I think it was a special edition, which was the black version. I know there was controversy about vans being stolen, and that was quite sad for people that never got one or not going to get it till 2023. I think that's terrible. But there we have the HDMI out. It looks like we have a vent or something there at the top. That's where the cartridges go. That'll be the power button. We have trigger buttons and shoulder buttons, which is nice. So maybe for future games. Very clicky. Feel very nice, actually. We do have a pivot D-pad. Now, I like these D-pads, not because of the style, because I don't like the style, but what I like is the functionality of it, because you have the D-pad feel, but it's also pivoted on like a 360 center pivot, which makes it act like a joystick at the same time, or trying to simulate a joystick and a D-pad at the same time. Very soft, very nice, great for directions, doesn't hurt on the finger. That's really nice. So for Tate mode, we have this here, which is A and B, which is pretty cool. So you have your shooters, we'll experience that. On the bottom, we have T for Tate mode, so you just press that, simple press of the button and it will do it. 3.5mm headphone jack, USB Type-C, volume. We also have a light indicator to show battery and so forth. These rubber things stick out, but I think this is where the screws are for the thing. We've got a little exhaust pipe there. Okay, this is nice. We have start and select. Very hard to tell whether that is start and select. It's not very prominent. Like even just a distance from my face to the handheld now, I can't tell very clearly whether it's start or select. Obviously select at the bottom, start at the top, you'll get used to that. We have a function button, not too sure what that is at the moment. We have A, B, X, Y. Buttons are nice, they feel nice. They've got a nice concave to them, which is pretty nice. They're like directioned to fit the thumb quite nice, so that's a nice touch. I like that. The old buttons on the original EVERCADE were absolutely shocking, but nonetheless I still enjoyed playing on it. Yeah, so not too bad. I actually quite like it. It's got a bit of heft to it. It's quite hefty. Let's just get a few handhelds out. So here we have the PowerKiddy X18S. So yeah, you can see that is a lot wider than it. Height wise, it's quite thin, but hopefully that will give a good indication. Let's get something that's more recent. So let's go with the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. Okay, as you can see, it's a lot bigger. The screen isn't as big also, but yeah, it is chunky. It's a chunky little monkey. Right, okay, so let's do one thing now. Let's just move this aside a tiny second. Here is the original. So let's open the box. Ready to play again. That's what it said. So let's open this. Let's move the box. Okay, so it is totally different layouts, as you can see. We do have the nice arcadey D-pad feel. It does feel the same, but as you can see, these are dome buttons and they are clear and they're okay, but I wasn't a big fan. I don't really like them. Start and select feel the same. Everything's in a different place. Wasn't USB Type-C. Does have the mini HDMI out. Power button is more a switch. What games have I got there? It's probably Atari Lynx. Yes, Atari Lynx. So let's do a comparison. So, is it thinner? No. We have the extra shoulder buttons. As you can see, we have a trigger now as well as a shoulder. The buttons are totally different. The placement of the start and select button is different. We have obviously the function button underneath, totally different layout. On the left hand side, no changes. On the top, we still have the cartridge. As I say, it's actually bigger and longer than the original. The screen seems to be a bit bigger on the original also, as you can see. Okay, so we have nice EVERCADE logos on the back. Yeah, I much prefer the new version. I knew there'd be a striking difference. I couldn't remember, but let's whack this game in for now and test a few games on it. So on turning it on, you are greeted with a option for English or different languages. Then you're asked to prompt in your Wi-Fi. This does have Wi-Fi capability. I will leave some specs as usual. It's probably been on the screen already. But yeah, first impressions, I really like it. Yeah, it feels really premium. Twist, doesn't rattle. It's nice. So let's turn it on. I've already preset it up, guys. So it does take a while. You're greeted with Blaze Entertainment. The battery does seem to be going, that's why it is flashing. There we go, so it's gone straight into the cartridge itself. But there is the screen. It's not OCA laminated. There is a gap, not much of a gap, but there is a gap. But it is a million times better than the original screen itself. It's really vibrant. It's got some nice colors. I still think it's quite dim. And I don't think it's coming across as dim as what it is. I don't know if that's full brightness, but we'll check in the options. But if we have a look on the side, we have cartridge, EXP and options. So if we scroll over and if we go to XP, you can see that we have the Capcom EXP collection. They're the free games from Capcom. We have hidden games. There'll be 5 hidden games to unlock, I suppose, just as you play the games. I'm not too sure. I haven't got any up yet. And then we have at the bottom where it says EVERCADE coming soon. Now this is what I'm really interested in. Now one thing that I used to hate about having the OG original handhelds and having cartridges was the fact that just lugging all the cartridges around is an absolute nightmare. I think with the EXP, I think that this moving forward, we may start to have the options of actually other developers producing games and doing a collection, and then maybe you can just purchase them online, or you get a code, you just buy the code, put the code in, and then you'll be able to not carry the cartridges around and actually have them. Not too sure how that works. I think that they should have an internal memory of a good size in order to do that. So I'm not really too sure what the future holds with EVERCADE, with this coming soon, or maybe it's got achievements. I'm not too sure. Maybe they're still going to continue with the cart-based experience. But either way, it looks really, really nice. The screen is lovely. It's got quite good viewing angles. I wouldn't say it's perfect. I wouldn't say it's the best screen in the world. Test of some games. But yeah, so far, my first impressions, I really, really like it. Do I think that it should be a little bit more for the price? I think for £129, I think they should have put a little bit better screen in here, in all honesty. It should have been OCA laminated screen. And I'm not really a big fan of these bezels either. I think now modern day gaming, to be able to have, you know, bezel-less really, and just have that bezel-less experience, I think for that price that you should be able to get it. But hey ho, I didn't design it. So let's go to Capcom. So we have 1942, 1943. Let's test out some 1943 and let's see what this Tate mode is all about. So play. What I'll do as well, once I get into the game, I'll press start. As you can see, I have scan lines on, and also in border mode where it has nice pictures, which is really, really nice. You can swap them up and change them as well. So by hitting start, or should I say the function button, you have quick save, load save, save, load, controls. Didn't take a look at controls, but here we have the controls here. There is no way of changing them, unfortunately. Hopefully that will be in an update, but at the moment there is no way of changing or assigning the configuration of the buttons. Display mode, we have aspect ratio, so we can go with the original, we can go to pixel perfect. So if we go to pixel perfect and go back, that is pixel perfect. So if we go back to function, if we go to display mode, let's go with full screen and see what that looks like. So we can have full screen, but you're not going to play this in full screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in Tate mode and see if the full screen actually goes with the whole unit itself, which it does. You can have borders, but I think that looks really, really nice. So is it still select and start for coins and starting? But that looks really nice, guys. And it feels nice. The pad's really responsive. There doesn't seem to be any lag on the experience of playing it. It's really smooth. How good does that look? And it's not just using official, you know, games and supporting companies like this. It's also how it feels, and like to play games like this with a purposely designed Tate mode. It's just such a nice experience. Great nostalgia. How nice is that? It's so good. Okay, so let's just quickly go through the options again of the display. So if we go to display, I don't know which buttons, how this works now. Let's go with A. Yeah, you can actually do the buttons in Tate mode as well, which is nice. Let's go with original. There we go. So we have borders top and bottom, which is really nice. So this is the original aspect ratio. Still looks absolutely stunning. I think I'd rather play it in full screen mode though. Okay, let's check out some other games. But that is really cool. Let's check out an obvious one which people will want to know what it's like. Let's go with some Street Fighter and test out the D-pad. And with the scan lines, it makes it look like an arcade screen back in the day. Really nice. You watch, I'm going to get my ass kicked. Japan. Always Honda we can. Let's go. Okay. Oh, the Sudoukens are just flying out. Nice. Really nice. There we go. Oof. What a game, guys. Still to this day, one of the best Street Fighter games you can play. There we go. Lovely. Really nice. So on the list of games that you have, there is more than enough to play. It'll last you for ages. We've got Mega Man X. This is the home console. It's really, really nice. Okay, we've got Mix. We've got Forgotten World. Great game. Goes and Goes. Let's check out that actually. One thing I don't like about the arcade version is you just don't have that double jump, which is a nightmare. Again, it looks fantastic and plays really nice. The original had slowdown in the game anyway, so don't be too worried about seeing any slowdown in this, guys. Oof, close one. Solid game. Yeah, but that looks great. Look how nice that looks. So it's nice that we have the options for the display, pixel perfect, changing the resolution. Let's just see how it looks actually full screen. So let's go back to the display. And let's go with full screen. So for those that like the stretch look or would just like to fill the screen, you have got that option, and with the scan lines as well, and it looks nice. Bit too stretched for my liking. I prefer to have the bezels on the side, but hey ho, it still looks good to me. D-pad feels really nice and responsive as well. Overall, a really, really good, promising experience. Oh, you little... Did anyone else feel like smashing the arcade machine in when you got right to the end after paying loads and loads of money to play this game, only to find out you've got to go through the game again. That really peeved me off. Okay, let's go to the options now. Okay, so here we have on the options, we have display, we have theme. So let's check out theme. Okay, so we have a few options. We have the blue and gold, which is nice. We have the dark theme, EVERCADE EXP, EVERCADE Grid, and also the light version. Let's check out the grid. So that's nice, gives it a nice retro feel. So we have display, there'll be the same display, but if we scroll down, if you push left or right, you can then skip. So we have Tate and the bezels as well. We have dynamic rate control, which is pretty cool. We have the brightness, it is full brightness. Let's see how dim it gets actually. Oh yeah, that's really good, especially if you're a nighttime gamer, guys. That's pretty cool. We have a timer for the dimmer, and scan lines on and off for the menu itself. So let's check out some actual gameplay of some games now. Let's choose California Games. Let's go with some surfing. See if we can get a quadruple in. Very, very nice. Okay, so my first impressions is this is fantastic. If you're an added collector like myself, it's got a lovely grit to it. Can you see that, guys? It's got a lovely feel, very grippy. I'm really, really enjoying this, guys, a lot. So one thing that I will say, if you do love collecting these handhelds, please go and support EVERCADE by getting one, because I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you want to have that great nostalgia feel, then this is one of the best ways that you can go about it, with having the old retro school handheld feel. Not only that, but then you have the cartridges as well to slot in. I just like the new updates that they've made, so better improved screen. Still not the best screen though. They've cheaped out a little bit. I still think they could have put a better screen in. Buttons feel nice. Yeah, I really, really like it. But before I go, guys, I'd love to know what you think in the comments. Did you pick one up? Are you going to upgrade? Do you still have the original and love it? Yeah, I'd love to know what you think of the EVERCADE EXP. And before I go, actually, I will pop it in to the HDMI and just test that out for you guys, just so you can see that. But as always, guys, take care. So all you do is plug the HDMI into the unit itself. There we go. And let's plug it in. So once you plug it in, the screen goes black, and then just let me swivel and pivot this around, guys, so you can see. So as you plug it in, it automatically detects it and sends it over. Now, one thing that I don't have is a speaker on this unit itself, so I do apologize for the lack of sound on this bit, guys. But yeah, as you can see, it's put it in a very, very nice layout. The controls feel really, really nice. The screen itself is dark on the unit itself. But yeah, let's check out some games and see how it looks. let's go with California Games again, and let's see how the bezels and everything work. But as you can see, it looks nice, it looks very sharp, it's very snappy, there's no lag. The scan lines look really nice on the screen as well. Wow, I don't think I've played Atari Lynx on such a big screen before, but it fills the whole screen, guys. It looks really, really nice. Wow. I definitely think that Atari Lynx was definitely not made for this size of a screen, but still, it looks great. Yeah, the controls are fantastic, actually. They feel really nice. Okay, let's check out some arcade games. In fact, let's see if we can still use the settings of display. So let's go to display, let's go with original, and let's go with some scan lines, and let's go with some box art. Let's go with the EVERCADE original. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Oh, what an experience. So if you do like to play your games on a bigger screen, then the EVERCADE will definitely do that, guys. That's really, really, really good. It's superb. Okay, let's quit. Let's go to some Capcom games. Let's quickly check out. Let's go with some Final Fight and let's see how good it looks on here. Yeah, it looks really good. Really liking this experience on here, actually. What I'll have to do is plug in the speakers into the 3.5 headphone jack to get them out, but it'd be a bit too bassy, the surround sound speakers with a subwoofer. Overkill, but still be good. Yeah, love to know what you think, guys. I'm so impressed with this. I think it's really, really cool. Buttons feel nice, everything feels nice. Yeah, I'm very, very impressed. Absolutely love it, guys. Love to know what you think in the comments. If there's anything else that you want to see on here, I do have lots of games. I don't know if you want to see a collection of games, maybe, or some games that you may like to see running on here. I have lots and lots and lots and lots. Full collection, guys, full collection. Okay, as always, guys, take care and let's watch Cody get absolutely blown up. 3, 2, 1. Take care.